Besides the feats, I determine who wins. Welcome to Entertainment Fight Night, EFN. Hello, this is War with Words, and I bring to you EFN, Entertainment Fight Night. Today I present to you Blade, the Vampire Hunter, versus Black Panther, the King of Wakanda. Now, this first video will be the argument for Blade, while the second video will be the argument for Black Panther, and the third video will determine who the winner is. Now let's begin. First, with Blade, let's cover his speed. Here he's shown blocking a bullet with a chain, and then dodging some lasers, and then disappearing in a blink of an eye in anime style. Then he's shown dodging 2 machine guns and is stated to be fast as lightning. Then he ducks under a bullet at point blank range, and for some extra throws 3 ninja stars and kills 3 vampires all at once. Impressive because vampires are clearly superhuman, as you'll see later. Here he dodges Spitfire's blitz and kicks her, Spitfire being a speedster of sorts. Here he speed blitzes and stealth kills vampires. Again, they're superhuman. Next, he's shown catching knives that are thrown at him, and then using his speed with multiple after images against multiple vampires. Then he's shown dodging a vampire mid-air, and he's shown blitzing White Worm, which I believe is some enhanced type of vampire. But again, anime style, disappears, slices it up with ease. Next, he's shown dodging machine gun fire again, and this is when he's more human than vampire. And here he's shown dodging bullets from Deadpool and blitzing him. Now for strength, Blade is shown here picking up a giant demon named Reaper. It's a vampire god, and you can't tell in that picture, but Reaper is at least as big as a house or so, or a small house, should I say. So it's impressive. Next, he's shown saving Spider-Man, and he throws a knife with enough force, basically, to knock back the vampire. And notice this vampire is strong enough to easily hold Spider-Man down, like he's a child. So it just shows how hard Blade can throw his knives. Next, he's shown burrowing to the surface from an underground cave. Again, very impressive. And here he's shown breaking a vampire's back, paralyzing him. Here he's shown kicking in a metal door and bending it. Next, he's shown ripping off a metal door. Next, he's shown ripping a vampire's head off with just one hand. Very impressive. And next, he's shown decapping an evolved vampire after throwing it very high in the air, breaking off part of a statue. And basically, it's just a very impressive strength feat overall. And then, for a short blurb on his sword skills, here he's shown splitting a demon in half and cutting up a vampire, again, samurai style, like it's in an anime or something. For some marksmanship or his range attacks, Blade's shown throwing a knife and knocking out a vampire's teeth before he can bite his victim. So it's speed and accuracy. Again, for more of those, he tosses a knife into a gun. He stakes a vampire from long distance. He throws a blade behind him and kills a person without looking. He disarms a guy of his weapons with just 2 knives. He plugs a gun with bullets of his own gun. He headshots a vampire with a crossbow gun that was sneaking up on Black Panther. He throws a knife from his back into a demon's eye. Also good durability healing factor feat. And here it shows he can hit small, almost microscopic targets. And he's shown just using more of his arsenal, smoke bomb and silver boomerang, killing vampires once again. For his durability and his healing factor, here Blade is shown blowing up a building while inside of it, but his healing factor keeps him going just fine, and in fact, it factored into his plans of doing so, because he knew he'd survive, and it seems to be a tactic he uses a lot. Next, he's shown being impaled by Dracula, and by his own adamantium sword, and he seems to heal very quickly, and this is a Blade who's written as more human by the writer for whatever reason. Next, he tanks Lilith's blast, which you can see how huge it is and how far away it blasts him, but he gets up just fine. Next, he survives a giant explosion that takes down a plane or some kind of aircraft, and again, is just standing there. Next, he gets hit through a wall, so obviously with some force, and comes right back to attack the guy. Again, while written as more of a human, he survives a very high fall, at least a couple of stories. Here, back when he was a human, he breaks every bone in his body, or at least feels like it, and just keeps going and pursuing anyways. So it shows mental determination. And finally, here's a description of his vampire healing factor as he's talking to Spitfire and watch her grow new limbs and tissue and so on. Now for some of his fights, here he's shown stalemating Gambit before he had powers, before he's written as a daywalker, basically a vampire who can be out in the sun. Here he beats Dracula with his, and this is his first fight when he's written as a daywalker against Dracula. Before, when he was still more human, they used to stalemate, tie, but he never could really beat him as easily as he does here. Next, he's shown beating a vampire Spider-Man while holding back, and it seems to be easy. Again, Spider-Man's not thinking clearly, but we've seen how fast Spider-Man is and what things he's dodging, how strong he is, so it's still impressive. Here's just showing that how good Blade is killing vampires that, again, overpower and overwhelm Spider-Man. And this one might not be canon, but he's shown killing Dracula and Vampire Lord Wolverine in Longshot Saves the Marvel Universe. So overall, Blade is very superhumanly strong and even faster than he is strong. He has great durability, a healing factor that can heal almost anything. He has skill. He has skill up close, from range, and basically he covers all grounds. And of course, something I didn't mention, when he has an adamantium sword which can essentially cut through anything, same material that Wolverine's claws are made of. So overall, he has the speed to keep up with almost anybody, the strength to fight, the skills, and the healing factor to take any of their hits. And of course, his swords and their material make it basically he can get a one-hit kill on almost anybody. And that's just my analysis. Now, if you want to see more, check out the videos on my channel, which is War with Words in Daily Motion. Check out the site at warwithwords.com. That's warwithwords.com.